So there's one simple way to be able to set yourself up to get out of debt and to be able to start investing. And it's one simple thing to do. And this is what I did. And it's simply spending less than what you make. And I know that this sounds, like, okay, Ron, yeah, spend less than what you make. Easier said than done, especially if you don't have that much income. But I did this without that much income. And there's one thing that I did that I'm going to share with you in this video to make this super simple and to make it easy to do. And before I share exactly what that is, I want to say this one thing. This works off of a principle, and that principle is what you measure improves. What you tend to measure improves. So, the one thing that I can give, the one piece of advice, and this is the thing that I did, is actually tracking all of your spending. And when I say tracking all of your spending, I don't mean creating a budget. Because here's the thing, for me, creating a budget never worked. And it's because I would sit down one day for like an hour and I would have my calculator and I'd be looking at my bank accounts and all that stuff and I'd be thinking about, okay, this is what I'm spending on credit cards, this is what I'm spending on bills, this is how much money's coming in. This is what I need to be spending in all these categories. And then I would write it all down and then I would never look at it again. And then like maybe 3 4 months later I would be like, oh yeah, I made that budget, and I would look at the budget that I made and then I would compare how my spending went along with it. And I would always be out of budget, and I would be like not following it because I'm not looking at it all the time. And it's because I wasn't following this principle when I was using that budget. The principle of what you measure tends to improve. Consistent measuring tends to create improvements. And so, what I did to implement this in my finances is I just created a spreadsheet in Google Sheets, and I started tracking everything that I spent money on, money coming in and money coming out. And without even creating a budget, I just wanted to see everything because there's so many auto charges and subscriptions and different things like that that's like money leaves our account without us even knowing it anymore. If we're not looking at our statements every day, if we're not looking at what's going on every day. And and so what this allowed me to do is I just started inputting every transaction into this sheet that I made. And then eventually I set up the sheet so it's a little bit fancy. So I'm inputting the transactions and then it tells me basically after the whole month is over, there's like one tab for every month. And after the month is over, it'll tell me if like I spent more than what I made for the month. It's like negative $200 or positive $450. And then I go to the next tab for the next month and I keep doing that. And I did this about a year ago. I started doing this. And without my income changing too much, I went from having nothing in savings and investing to having 20 grand in savings and investing. Simply because the one thing that I changed was measuring and taking stock of where the money is going, when it's coming, and where it's going. Allowed me to make better decisions throughout the year. And looking back on it, I'm like, wow, that was the first change. And because of that, I was able to start putting money in a high yield savings account, investing, retirements, all this other stuff. And now it's like there's 20K over there. Pretty cool, you know. And budgeting has never worked for me my whole life. I don't even have a budget now. I know I have my thumb on the pulse of my finances because I track where the money's going. And so that's the one thing that I would recommend for any of you guys. I'll link a copy of the spreadsheet so that you can have it for yourself. I'm down below. You don't have to put your email in or anything like that. I don't want any of your data, none of that stuff. Just click on it's a Google Sheets link. I'll have it down below this video. You can click on that, and when you do click on it, click on File and make a copy. That way you'll have your own copy that you can edit and do this with as well. Hope that helps you. See you in the next video.